Welcome to your April 2025 Pick a Card Tarot reading. It is me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. This is exciting because we're going to get into predictions. You're going to know what is going to happen in April. We're also going to get some guidance, some spiritual guidance, and some advice. Who doesn't need that? Yes, also, I do want to say it is beneficial for you to look at the past reading that I did of last month, pick a card, and learn what happened in your past and connect it to the future. So I would heavily advise you to check out last month's video to see what you experienced so you can carry on to the new season of April. And you will release that baggage, you will learn that lesson so you won't carry it on to the present and the future. Now, also, what we have here is, the tarot deck we have here is the Sakura, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Sakura Spring deck. It says version 2. It is an Asian theme deck. So that is the deck for tarot that we're using. And we're going to use some oracle cards as well to add on to this. And I'm going to roll some die. If I didn't tell you, there's going to be timestamps down below for you to pick a card if you are new to picking a card. And what you do is you can pick a card based on the number. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4. Or you can go off of the crystal, or you can go whatever your eye is just drawn to pick a card. So for pile 1, we have the Dragon Vein Agate, and it is a grounding stone. It enhances spiritual awareness. It stimulates psychic abilities. It also brings awareness of self-truth, and it's great for building self-esteem and confidence. And it's a beautiful stone too. And it all depends on the color of the agate. And this one is, I would say, reddish pink. So there's some passion and love there as well. Now for the second pile, we have the rhodonite, and it is a peaceful stone. And it helps believers feel more passionate and forgiving. So if there is forgiveness you need to work on, this pile will probably be great for you. It also encourages harmony within a relationship or troubled relationships. It has a calming nature, and it helps with the heart chakra, and it helps with emotional healing, hence the forgiveness and release. Your emotions may be more controlled, and your actions will be more mindful with this stone. There's also a touch of gold. I don't know if you can see that in this stone too. It's very subtle, like specks of yellow gold. So that is 2. For pile 3, we have the Amazonite. Matches my nails a little bit, and this is a hope stone. The Amazonite is also known as the hope stone. It releases negative energy. It restores the feeling of hope and joy that may be missing from one's life. It encourages communication. If you need someone to listen to you, hear your words, this would be a great pile to pick. It helps individuals speak their truth and follow through passionate, positive actions as well. It's a great stone for visualization and manifestation. So that is what we have for pile 3. And for pile 4, we have the calcite crystal. And this is more, it seems like a raw form, but it's very shiny. So I wouldn't say it looks like it's in its raw form, but it's still shiny. Anyway, but this stone is about removing spiritual energy blockage. It is allowing for the flow of positive vibrations for healing. It stimulates the mind and help improve memory. It's about letting go of the past and restoring hope for the future. And it's about high vibrations and may also improve vitality and enhance enthusiasm. So very happy stone there. So that is what we have for our piles here. I hope that helped you clarify which pile you want to go for. Now, before we even get to the reading, I do want you to do your due diligence and to subscribe and thumbs up this video. Write a comment on what you like best for the reading or what you enjoyed about the reading, what resonated with you for the reading. That helps me out. It helps me understand what you like and what you don't like. Also, if you want more, I have daily readings. I have very detailed readings. I have love readings, money readings, career readings, all in my private community. So go check that out. It's only $4.99 a month. You get your private reading. You can even ask questions about astrology. It's for the people who love astrology and tarot. So let's get started, and I'll see you at your reading. Okay, group 1, let's get started with your reading. Oops, we'll put this crystal here. What do we have to expect for the month of April? Okay, so let's see. First, we have the sun. This is the card of producing success and happiness, and we have it right on top of this wands of drive and fire. It's like no one's acknowledging your success, no one's acknowledging your courage in this month of April. The sun is not highlighting your creativity, your motivation, your drive. It's like you're doing it behind the scenes. It's like you're being successful behind the scenes. It's almost like you're being very passionate, and you're even not just being passionate, but you're being giving and generous, and it's behind the scenes in the month of April. Also, we have the Judgment card. This is a major arcana card. There is an awakening happening this month, or you're being called to be your true self. And there is some deceitfulness connected to this. We'll get into this a little bit later, but in the month of April, your true calling, there's an awakening. There's something big happening for you to have some truth in your life, but also there's deceitfulness in regards to this. Also in the month of April, it is about your money, maybe even something tangible, or your resources, or what you deem valuable. It could be health or your body as well, but there's something tangible here, and you're moving very slow, and there's a focus on either your career or money. And also you have the Chariot. So there's movement towards this, there's willpower towards this, there's action towards you starting the steps, not even starting, but you really working with resources that are tangible. So it could be your home, it could be your physical body, it could be money, it also could be your career. But there is movement here happening. Two major arcanas. We have the Cancer, we have Pluto as a transformation. Cancer is about the home as well. So it could be something dealing with the home, like you buying a home, or you starting to work towards you getting a home of some sort in April. And then also we have the Temperance. This is our third major arcana. And major arcana means that this is a big deal. This is going to be out in the open. This is not going to be in inward energy. We actually have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, too, they're all dealing within this situation here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, you have one for each situation. So it looks like April is going to be a huge deal for you. Anyway, so with the Temperance is all about practicing moderation. And this is also self-healing. So you adding something to make sure that you're thriving, or you adding things or taking away things to make sure there's a big balance here. Okay. It's the energy of alchemy, adding things to your life to make sure that you're happy. Also, this is everything in moderation. This is also the card of healing. And this is also the card of a Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is very optimistic. It is very outgoing. It's very adventurous. It's very social. A lot of fire, a lot of motivation, but tend to overdo things. So we'll see how this goes. And what we have in reverse here is that we have the Page of Cups. So it looks like you're lacking in the emotional part here. You're not adding the emotions, or maybe something with a relationship, or maybe there is a young water sign and they want to give something to you as far as healing, and maybe there's an off balance here. And a water sign could be a Cancer, it could be a Scorpio, or a Pisces. Or it could be just the energy of relationships and emotions, and you're not adding that to fill your cup. We're going to add some oracle cards to see what else we have here. For April, we have reality, security, radiance. We like this. Communication and transformation. So it looks like here, the Queen of Wands, there's going to be a reality coming your way. Reality is not truth or knowledge. It is what actually exists before we have an idea about it. We need to understand the distinction between real knowledge and false knowledge. Real knowledge is truth. False knowledge is what everybody who is anybody in our circle believes, with no definite evidence that it is true. So it looks like, because when the sun is in reverse, it's hiding things. There's things that's hidden. And it looks like people have some evidence of something that it may not be true of what the reality is. And it could really be about you and your passion and your work and your drive. There's something hidden here, and it's not the true reality of what's going on. You know the truth, but everyone else doesn't. Reality is not truth or knowledge. It is what actually exists. It's almost like in the dark. It just makes me think that there's a darkness here, especially with the sun in reverse. There is a darkness here, and you are working hard to make sure people see what you is. you know what? I'm thinking there's something behind the scenes here. And the truth, and people are not there isn't a perception of what really you are working on. Now, as far as security, this makes me think of finances for sure. And this is also dealing with the earth element. And again, the home, something physical about your body. There could be some money here. And there's something like a true calling. It's almost like someone stealing your money here. And there's awakening about someone stealing what makes you feel safe in your security. This also could be about your body, like someone lying about your body. This also could be about, I think there's an awakening about your security, not your security, but your confidence, because this is about independence, self-reliance, self-determination, confidence, understanding, responsibility here. And it makes me feel like there's an awakening here. God is trying to make you be aware of your true calling, of your confidence, of your security. And there is sneakiness and deception regarding your confidence in the month of April. I know it says security, but security really relies on you feeling safe. And when you feel safe, there is confidence. Also, too, we have the sun here, and the sun wasn't radiant here, but it looks like it's very positive, and it looks like this is going to be positive here. So there's a reality, something dealing with you behind the scenes with your finances, but it's also dealing with an awakening of you being confident within this month of April. But there is some deceptions with your confidence. Also, there is deceptions with this radiance here. Now, while this is in the dark, this energy is more in the light. So I think you are going to, not even I think, you're going to be very aware, or people around you are going to be very aware of who's being deceptive. It could be you, or it could be someone around you. At the same time, this fire energy, this radiant energy, it's going to spark some inspiration. I think you're going to be very motivated when it comes to something that's very tangible in the month of April. And this could be your finances. There's intensity, there's excitement, you're really active, and there's drive here, right? This is like the sun. There's very assertive behavior, and you are going to have the willpower, and there's going to be action in achieving the finances here in a very slow, detailed manner. Now, there will be communication added with this. So this could be something dealing with an email, a text message, social media, but a phone call as well, or even a letter. There is going to be a clear communication added to this, and it will be brought to the light, and it's going to give you drive and energy. Now, it's almost like someone's calling and say, oh, let's go work out, and you guys go immediately and work out. And this is something that you put into plan. This was part of your intuition. This also could be dealing at home, or dealing with your mom, doing something with your mom or someone from the past, because that's also what Cancer represents. Now, when we get into this temperance energy, right, it's also Sagittarius. This is dealing with adventure. This also could be, it makes me think of a hike, because the Sagittarius would love to go travel the world and hike. This could be about traveling, but we have this curiosity here, and it's lacking the curiosity. There's a transformation, and there's communication with this. And when we're talking about communication across the board, so talking, listening, hearing, higher thinking, clarifying, all that is dealing with communication. And with the transformation card, there is a challenge that you're about to face, or you're removing obstacles, or you're creating positive change, or you're finding new skills and opportunities. So it looks like here something is going to be coming to you in a form of communication, like everything I just said, like a letter, or maybe you have a deep understanding and there's clarity in something, and it's very optimistic, and you're very adventurous, and you're very bold with it, because this is fire energy too, right? And this is going to cause a clearing out and a transformation of some sort. The emotions may be very sensitive. You may be overly emotional when involving this, like someone who doesn't normally cry, they're always crying. Also, this is a card of curiosity. And it makes me think that because you didn't ask the questions, there is a huge change that's going to happen. And maybe you need to ask the questions coming up this month. Let me pull some more cards here. I'm going to pull some more, get more detailed of each thing. Okay, so this is going to be the month of stepping out of your comfort zone, doing something different. And because you're behind the scenes and no one's looking at you, this is the time to do something different. This is going to bring you security. This is going to bring the reality to the surface. People really knowing the truth. And it's because you have to stop doing the same thing. Heal your heart. Okay, so there is a transformation, a true calling here regarding healing your heart. The rainbow obsidian, and this is going to Whatever the deception is and the deceitfulness is, the secrets of stealing is going to help you heal. So at the time, it may be very negative, but over time, you're going to understand within April that it's going to heal your heart. Now, as far as the finances, which is going to be moving or something that's very resourceful, is take pleasure in things that you do. It looks very positive. It looks like you'll be basking in this energy, and there's happiness here. Again, we have radiance and communication, and there's movement forward for as anything you deem valuable or your resources or tangible. And with this sunstone here is that you're taking pleasure in the things that you do. You're taking pleasure in the fact that you're paying attention to details, and you're moving slow, and you're working on a long-term plan. Now, and then lastly, we have here support all around you. Support is all around you. So when you have this transformation, this could be dealing with relationships, this lack of relationship here, you still need to know that there is support all around you, no matter what. I'm going to pull these last two cards. Overall, again, we have destruction and take risk. It makes me want to say it has to be this way. Again, step out of your comfort zone, take risk. There is going to be a destruction happening. Not in a bad way, but a huge transformation and destruction. It's saying it twice, so I want you to understand that there is going to be a huge change coming your way. And I feel like this has to be discussed more. So this destruction here can indicate that a choice must be made. It asks you what needs to die today. Maybe it's limiting belief. Maybe it's an old inherited pattern. Maybe it's a toxic relationship here. A toxic relationship. Other times it is a slow cycle of releasing, then loosening up the grip of this attachment. Be kind to yourself in this process. We establish attachments to things that do not serve us, but knowing something doesn't serve us does not mean it is easy to let it go. There has to be a transformation. There has to be a change. There has to be a release. This process may require some patience. This energy is moving very slow. This energy is being optimistic. This energy is also adding positivity in their life. They're practicing alchemy. They're adding positivity in their life to make their life happy. But it requires patience, practice, and self-compassion. So that is what we have for this. And for taking risk this month in April. And I want you to understand that both of these cards represent fire. This is more of an owl, if you didn't know. And this one here is a mountain goat, which is very Capricorn energy. And a mountain goat can jump up to 12 feet, right? And it can go up a mountain that is so slanted and so steep. They can teach us that challenges are relative and that risk often seems greater in our heads. We may even impress ourselves on how easy something is once we take a leap. So this mountain goat is saying that if you need help, you need to be brave and you need to embrace the risk. Risks are personal to each and every one of us, right? Some people think, oh, that's not a risk, that's easy. And some people are like, oh my gosh, how can you do that? To others, having a conversation with a stranger could be risky, right? What has been calling you that you have been afraid to do? Comfort kills growth. It is important that we regularly do things that pushes the envelope, that makes us feel nervous, apprehensive, and uneasy. We're not talking about physical danger here, but we are talking about taking a risk. This card is asking you to take a plunge and to do things that intimidates you. Trust that the net will appear after you jump. So you need to have faith. You need to get out your comfort zone. This is going to heal your heart. Taking this risk and doing something new. And this transformation here is going to add pleasure in your life. And you have to be aware that you have support all around you. So that is what we have for your reading in the month of April, Pile 1. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, Group 2. Welcome to your reading. Let's get started. First, I'm going to roll some die here. So there is going to be a big focus on your career, your reputation. That is what we have. And there's going to be some big changes, big surprises, maybe, or also huge communication. Something with the future and technology also could be involved with this. And definitely major communication, high intellectual communication. Things are going to be moving fast in the month of April for you with that major theme here. Let's see what else we have here for you. a big disruption, a big change. It's more than obvious. It's saying it twice. This is a Tower card. There's huge changes happening, and it could be in your career. And then we have the Strength card. Let's see what else we have. I'm going to put all these together and see how this all connects here. So there is going to be a big disruption when it comes to either your home, something from your past, or something that you fear. The Moon card also represents your emotions. So a huge change with your emotions involving April. And then also there is lack of strength. You feel not as confident. Something from your past. So it's something from your past. Both of these cards are saying past here. Something that you're familiar with, something that's very nostalgic. There's something from your past that's coming up and it's making you not feel confident. However, you are going to collaborate maybe with someone who is younger within this month. This is a team building energy, and this is also collaboration and learning from someone young. And it could be an earth sign, someone who's a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Are they embodying that? This could be from work. You could be learning from someone or collaborating with someone from work. There is getting up and go energy. And then we have the Emperor. So action here. So starting something new and moving forward. This is something that you have done the research already. And now there is movement forward. So you have that going on this month. And then also too, there is a fight here of some sort. There is a fight. That's what we have with the Five of Swords. Some arguments. You're really disappointed with this argument, but there is a conflict, an argument, a fight in April. And then also too, we have, what is this? Happy Squirrel 23. This is so interesting. I don't know what this card means. Happy Squirrel. This makes me think of, squirrel symbolizes in Asian culture. So a squirrel in Asian culture, and this is a happy squirrel, represents reproductivity, abundance, and power. Is there bamboo in there? No. Wishes for many sons and generation of offspring, reflecting your perceived reproductive power. So it makes me think that this happy squirrel is something that you're producing. So this fight is going to produce something here. It's going to cause a reproduction. It's producing, of course, and there is abundance. So there is going to be this conflict. This person is happy with this conflict. So you might be happy with this conflict, this fight, because it's bringing you abundance and it's bringing you something to reproduce. Let's see what else we have for this month. Speak truth. I'm going to just put all these out here. Ancestors. Again, something from the past. And lastly, I wonder if you are going to be fertile this month, if you're going to find out that you're actually having a baby, because this is intimacy here and it's sacred. There's flowers blooming. It makes me think that if you are not giving birth, then you are giving birth, but there's something that's very intimate with this. But first we'll talk about speaking the truth. So there's something from your past and the truth is going to come out and it's going to be communicated. Again, that is Gemini and is strong on communication. So someone's going to speak the truth, or this incident from the past is going to cause you to speak the truth, and it's going to be very emotional. Surrendering. It looks like you need to surrender to help, surrender to someone younger, surrender to someone who's more practical energy. That is that earth sign. This also could mean that a message is coming your way in regards to your finances, and they're saying to collaborate or network, and you need to release the power. This is control. This is strength. And it looks like you need to surrender to something either from your past or someone who's younger. Yes, this is an older person giving it to someone younger. So you need to surrender and release to the youth. Whatever that happens in regards to you, it could be like a young coworker or maybe even your actual child. Now we have here ancestry does represent the past, which we've talked about multiple times. And this card is encouraging you to deepen your relationship with your ancestors and bring whatever you want guidance onto them. So if you have not already done so, making an altar. This is asking you to look in your past, and maybe it's something that your grandmother did, maybe it's something that your mom did, your grandfather, but what have they done? And then bring that into the present. This card also signals a need to tend to your ancestral trauma. If you have some trauma from your past, it's time to remove the blockage, let go of the baggage, and to surrender and release. Maybe this is something from your childhood trauma and it's time to release. Lastly, we have this card that is about intimacy, right? And our sexual self and sexual energy is such a layered and potent part of who you are. It shows us your wounds. It can provide healing. It can help you manifest. It can teach you boundaries and can fuel and empower you, as well as your spirituality and universal self. This card asks you to examine your relationship with yourself. Is there anything that needs tending to? Is there anything that needs healing and releasing? There's something about intimacy here, and it may need some healing. It may cause a conflict, and it could bring something new to your life, or it could cause you to have actually giving birth, being a parent of some sort. But there's something with this energy. So let's see what else we have with this. We have the rainbow and the obsidian. It says to heal your heart. The heart earth is things that you're very passionate about. It's also representing generosity. So there needs to be a healing. And this is interesting because this is the strength card, and the strength card is the Leo card, and Leo is ruled by the heart. So there needs to be healing of your heart, healing of your pride, healing of your confidence. Then we have the moonstone, live your purpose. There needs to be a surrendering and a release so you can really do your purpose. It's almost like an eclipse, because I'm an astrologer, always connected to astrology. But with an eclipse, God is basically releasing something from your life. It could be a job. It could be a long-term goal that you always had, but God is like, no, you need to change that because you need to get back focused on your life path. And so there's an energy of living your path. So you need to surrender your path, and then you need to look and see what is happening from your past so you can move on to your future. Be kind to yourself. So this is the energy of self-love. We already have some intimacy things, and it seems like the intimacy is more about yourself and not even a relationship. And this can cause a lot of abundance in your life when you are much kinder to yourself as well. And you are going to discover that in April. And then lastly, we have that you need to enjoy and have some fun. This is also a card that is not having fun. So what did you do as a child? Maybe you need to revisit that. And what was fun to you? What was carefree as a child? You need to enjoy some play. You need to have some peace, inner peace, outer peace. Your home needs to be peaceful. Your environment needs to be peaceful. Your friends, are they bringing you harmony? Are they bringing your peace? That needs to be the major focus of the month in April. I hope you guys are enjoying your reading. Just to summarize, there is going to be some disruptions when it comes to your career. Good or bad, there is a change happening, and it's a surprise. It's going to move fast. There's something dealing with communication. It could be social media, communication across the board. This also is a social energy, so socializing. However, there is a lack of confidence. There is a disruption when it comes to your emotions. There's a huge focus on your past. And also there is a need to collaborate, release, surrender to the younger, to the youth, to someone who knows new things. Because when you're older, you may not know what's the current news, right? It also could be your child, but there is movement forward happening for you. There is progression, and there's something new starting. This is the Emperor card, represents Aries. It's Aries season, so it could be a movement during Aries season, or there could be something new and is moving fast in the month of April. There is a challenge that's going to bring abundance, and it could be more about yourself, not a relationship. I was thinking that it's fertility, but as I keep going on with this reading, it's not. You need to have some fun this month. Focus on play, and it will bring you some peace. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye. Hello, group 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's get started. Let's see what the major themes are. Something fell off. We'll throw that back on there. We have Libra. It's about relationships and aesthetics. It looks like it might be ending, or there's something in the secret, or the relationship is working behind scenes. And we have Uranus. This is all about change, big surprises, or major communication. Or it's both run by air, very masculine sign. But this could be something that's very highly communicated. Could be something that's a disruption, a surprise, or change. Something dealing with this social media or major communication. Air sign is communication, and this is a higher energy of communication and socializing. And we have the 12th house. The 12th house means unknown. The 12th house also represents secrets. It also represents fog, not having clarity on things, and then also endings. Okay, so we'll see how this gets more involved during your reading for April 2025. I'm going to first lay out all the cards here and see what we have. Actually, put one here. We're gonna go detailed, see what everything is for you. Okay. We have a lot of things that are, I want to say, let you know that we have cards that are in reverse. Usually that means that the energy is not working the way that it should. That could be good or bad, because here you have grieving and you're not grieving. So there's something here. Also, too, let's see. Well, I just want you to understand. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in reverse, meaning that either they're stuck, either these are things that are happening internal, which makes very sense with the 12th house, and people cannot see them, or maybe you are doing countertransference, meaning that you're not acknowledging whatever the issue is and you're blaming someone else, or not being accountable for your emotions. Okay, we'll just put that out from the jump. Now we have the Lover's card. The Lover's card represents Gemini, represents communication, also alignment with others. That's what we have, and it's a major arcana. With that, we have the Justice cards, mean Libra. So it looks like there is an imbalance in a relationship, or there's a lack of communication happening. There's injustice. There isn't a balance in a relationship. Okay, that is what we have first. We'll get into that a little bit more detailed. Now, this is interesting. This is someone who is looking at the glass half full. Maybe this is an energy of that you were grieving, you're getting over the grief, but there's still lack. You feel like you don't have the finances. So emotionally, it's getting better, but there is a lack of resources that are happening for you in a month of April. We'll get into that a little bit more. We have both of these cards are Cups cards, and it represents emotions. This is someone who's like, look, I got it all, I'm content. And also at the same time, it's lack. It's very imbalanced here. Maybe this is one person and this is you, or maybe this is the person you're with, because this energy seems happy, but this energy seems negative. We'll get into this because this person isn't content. They're bored. This one is content. They're like, look at all the things I have. I don't have enough. And God's like, look, I'm even giving you this. No, I don't have enough. We have that again, relationships. We have the Two of Cups. And then with the relationships, we have this King of Swords, lack of communication, lies, not telling the truth, not even thinking logical. Okay. Someone who is adding more emotions than actual intellect. Okay. Have that. And we'll get into this a little bit more. And then we have the Empress, abundance, very happy, fertility, living in her feminine energy, whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. This is someone who's doing a lot of self-care, basking in luxury and loving all the things that they're producing. And then in reverse, we have the King of Pentacles, someone who's lacking money. It's very imbalanced. Hence here, we have the Libra, which represents balance. This is a card of balance, and it starts this off. We'll see what else we have going on. But then we have the Nine of Pentacles. Again, lack of money, not as someone who's not self-started. And then we have, this here is the last major arcana. This is a World card. There's usually closure, success here. But this is not ending. This is going. We'll get into this a little bit more. Let me see. We'll use these cards here. Let's see what we have going on here. Okay, first we have shared wisdom. This with this negativity, and then there's maybe deep down secretly you are not balanced, and then on top you're showing like, look at all the things you have, and at the inside, really, so on the outside it looks all positive, on the inside it's negative. Maybe that is going on here. Okay, I'm thinking that these cards are giving you advice on what you need to do. Okay, bring this balance, because there is disharmony happening, and it needs to be a huge change happening, or there needs to be huge communication coming your way. Okay, I'm actually going to break this down. Let's see. Now, this is a card of the element of air. Air is the same as Libra. Air means communication, okay? Card is about, and also intellect, right? This card is about the wisdom of experience. Our most potent medicine is born from trials that we've endured. It is easy to underestimate all that we know and all that we have learned, but we each have a unique perspective and offering to this world. Our wisdom evolves with us. Right now, you're being asked to speak more loudly, communicate, okay, what you do know. Do not worry about what you don't know, whether you think you are qualified enough. It is time to put your voice to match your experience, okay? So it looks like you're holding back and you're not sharing your true knowledge, or you're not sharing what's really happening to you on the inside. There needs to be an opening here, especially during Aries season, right? And Taurus energy is involved here too. But during April, there needs to be an opening. There needs to be honesty. There needs to be awareness of what you are truly experiencing. Also, too, you need to have the confidence and know that you do have the knowledge, okay? It's saying to communicate. Now, this is the card of destruction here. And there's also an owl in this picture, but this is a fire element. Fire is passion and producing and being motivated here, okay? This card indicates that a choice must be made. It asks you what needs to die. What do you need to get rid of? Do have this like, I'm okay, everything's all good, and maybe you're holding on to some grief. Maybe it's a limiting belief, an old inherited pattern, or a toxic relationship. Whatever it is, it's time to let it go. Sometimes once we identify what needs to go, it slips easy from us. Other times, it's a slow cycle of releasing and then loosening up the grip of our attachment, okay? Kind to yourself in this process. You establish attachments to things and people and situations and relationships that do not serve you, and you need to walk away from it, okay? Knowing something doesn't serve you does not mean it's easy to let it go, especially if it's been a part of your identity, a part of who you are, and you've been experiencing this relationship or this job or this title for so many years. The process requires patience, practice, and self-compassion, okay? There needs to be a release. There needs to be an energy of forgiveness because you're not forgiving. And the thing is that sure, externally, everything probably looks good, but the truth is that it's going to start showing, okay? You're going to gain weight. You're going to get in car accidents. You're going to have a messy car, a messy house. You're going to lose your finances. The baggage starts to show. This is an owl, and people can be very scared of owls. Like, seeing an owl in person, it is the creepiest thing in the world to me, right? And also, too, people think an owl, and the animal, the owl, represents death or a bad omen. But there's so many things that the creature is a powerful guide in regarding to a lot of things, okay? Owls can turn their heads 135 degrees in each direction, giving them a 270 degrees of total vision. So this is a testament of teaching you how to find your truth, right? Another thing that an owl is, they swallow the prey whole. They don't even like chew it, right? They digest what they can and then they release. I don't want to say because it's so gross, what they cannot digest, right? They get rid of what is not serving them. That's also important about the owl, okay? It teaches you to remove what you do not need. There needs to be a releasing and a forgiveness. That's what this 12th house also represents, of what you do not, dream, of what you do not need. And because we're dealing with a fire energy, you need to have motivation. You need to be inspired. You need to have the strength to do this. We have Dare to Dream. Dare to Dream is another air sign here. This is air energy and also dealing with communication. No dream is too big. This card is an invitation to step wildly into your dreams, to visit them often. The 12th house also represents dreams. It represents sleeping as well. It's very Pisces energy if you don't know astrology, but there is a major sleeping dream element. Maybe you need to pay attention to your dreams because maybe your subconscious is telling you and you're not paying attention. Despite what your current circumstances are, and no matter how far away you feel from your dreams, Spirit is telling you otherwise. We often neglect our dreams because we do not know how to obtain them. But the process of going after them is collaboration with the universe. If you show up for them, they will show up for you. Now, in this card, you see this is actually the eagle's hands, and they're holding a diamond. Is this a diamond? A ruby, actually, not a diamond. The ruby is also dealing with Leo energy, that's dealing with the heart. But the eagle's sight is by far the strongest of its senses. In fact, it is the best sight of all the animals in the kingdom. It is said to be able to spot a rabbit from over a mile away. In this aspect of personal dreams, the eagle can be an ally for visualizing which is far away. Pay attention to what your subconscious is telling you. Write down your dreams in the month of April because it's sending you special messages. Also with the ruby is one of the 4 precious stones, gemstones, right? And it has been considered highly valuable throughout human history. It is also an incredible heart stone, second to only the diamond, okay? Who doesn't love a diamond? Okay, I also love ruby because I love the color red, but ruby can serve as an ally when we are chasing our dreams, as it encourages you to cultivate the durability required to succeed. Okay, must preserve. Also, it supports the internal. It calls on small energy like self-talk. What are your beliefs? What are you thinking in your head? Change them to positive thoughts. Again, we have this release. I don't know if I said this earlier, but release is also forgiveness. I told you there could be some baggage happening, and this is the month of releasing. But I want you to understand that releasing is very strong. There needs to be a forgiveness. There needs to be an energy of surrender. Release, let go, and let God. Have faith, but you need to trust that when you forgive someone, I'm not saying to forget, but when you forgive someone, it could be very traumatic for you, like there's your upbringing and someone was abusive. Maybe you were in an abusive relationship. Maybe someone stole from you, lied to you. Whatever it is, there needs to be a forgiveness, because if you hold on to that, there's going to be a problem. So if a traumatic event happened to you, like someone broke into your house or someone violated your personal space, there needs to be an energy of forgiveness. Okay, we have ask body, and this is spiritual work. This is the body. The physical body could be overlooked. There's a tendency for the higher energy than the deeper energy, and this card encourages you to enter a dialogue about your body. Do you need to work out? Do you need to eat better? Do you need to go to sleep? Do you need more rest? Okay. Physical body holds all of our experiences, our heart, our mind, and our spirit. It also has an inherited significance, experiences, and trauma. There's trauma with the physical body here, and it needs to be released. A need for exercising. In this card too, you see there's a jaguar, and it's an ally in working with the unknown and reclaiming your power. It is a solitary animal, so they are perfect for doing the body work, especially when it involves your physical self. Work on your physical body, because like I said earlier, people will see it. People will feel it. You can lose friends and relationship over a kid. Okay, so you need to open a door, start a new journey, release, be open to new experiences. The pyrite, let the money flow in. Oh, okay, hold on, let's see. Find your calm. And then lastly, get out of your own way. It looks like the body, it's in its own way, and you need to get out of your own way here. A financial breakthrough. Let me read about this pyrite here. A financial breakthrough is on its way. You have the power to create the wealth you desire. Put in the time and energy needed to pursue your financial goals. Hard work pays off. Be a money magnet and call prosperity into your life in all forms. Money and fortune don't always appear in the way you expect, so keep your eyes open for all the financial opportunities. This is asking about money here, and being open to money. Working, keep moving, keep going, and you will reap the rewards. This is about questioning your financial goals. What do you define as success? This crystal is about financial prosperity and surrounding it around you. Looks like the things that you are boasting about, the things that you're lacking in finances, you can get it. It's all about achieving, producing, and moving, having that fire energy to help you produce. Also, because you are feeling that you're lacking finances, this is the energy, and you're pretending that everything's okay. You need to change your mindset when it comes to finances. Find your calm, find your inner peace. If it's going on a hike, if it's reading a book, if it's doing yoga, do it. What makes you happy? What makes you calm? You need to practice that, okay? Be open to what life has to offer you in the month of April, and get out of your own way. You're the one being negative. You're the one hurting yourself. You're the one saying harmful, negative things about yourself. Let me see what else we have. And you're the one blocking yourself. You need to have inner compassion. And again, Libra, balance is the focus. Let me pull one more. Unity. Ooh, unity. This is about having wholeness. This is again about repeating the balance. So I didn't have to pull another card. This is integration, developing your ability to see your third eye, trusting, being authentic to yourself, and also making the right decisions. Okay, that is what we have all for the month of April. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I will see you guys next time. Put in a work, okay? God bless. Bye. Hello, Group 4. Welcome to your reading. Let's get started. We we have Aries. Ooh, some new beginnings here. The 6th house. There's something at work, something with organization, very Virgo energy, and Mercury. So these two things are hand in hand. It's either dealing with organization, your mental process, communication, work. That is Mercury. This is the 6th house. And then we have Aries. It's almost like you're going to be talking a new way. You're going to be very brave in your speech. Maybe you're starting a new routine at home or at work. We will see. I'm going to connect it here. So we have the 2 of Swords connected to the 8 of Swords. This is the energy of not being stuck. You exactly know what is going on, but you feel trapped. You feel imprisoned. This is someone who can't see which direction they want to go. They're at a stalemate. And this is someone who is self-opposing themselves and limiting themselves with their thoughts. So if I connect these two, I'm thinking that you know which way you want to go, but you also feel like you are stuck. Not stuck, but imprisoned in some way. And this is something that you are putting yourself through. Also, and this is something with your thoughts and communication. So we have this, and Aries does represent bravery as well. Now, these are the 10 of Swords. It's in reverse. When you have this in the upright, it feels like, again, stuckness, or there's a fight, or you feel like you're at your wit's end, and it's about to be released. It looks like some negative thoughts are being released here. And now there is the energy of truth and logic. So something's being released and said in August, in April. The truth is being revealed, and now you are seeking the truth. You have clarity, and you're also fighting with those words too. Here we have the 2 of Pentacles. You're able to juggle multiple things aligned with the 10 of Pentacles. Money here, multiple income, and also abundance with finances going on in April. So you're able to balance and juggle multiple streams of income here, or maybe there's a lot of money coming in 2 different directions. Again, we have movement, fast-paced progression happening for you in April, and the Page of Swords. This is also could be a message coming out in form of clarity or logic or truth, but some words are moving fast, and you are able to fight these words or be brave when it comes to these words or communication or logic or truth. But there is movement when it comes to messages. Then we have the 10 of Wands here. And the 10, oh no, what is this? Oh, this is the Wheel of Fortune. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is a major arcana. So this one is a big one out of the whole reading. And with the Wheel of Fortune, there's ups and downs. There's destiny. There's karma. Good luck also. And we have success. So very positive. There's good luck and success, or you have some great karma come your way and you're on stage. Everyone's praising you. So the bravery looks like something new is starting with communication. This is a big month of communication and logic. Let's see what else we have here. We'll pull 2 more cards here. Again, there's some movement going on. However, you feel like you're stuck. And then it's ask your body. There's something physical. This also could be your physical body too. These are very tangible things. So it looks like there's something physical with your body in April. It looks like maybe you're going to be working out and you have multiple options. You're very proud of what your physical body is doing. Either you're eating healthy, you're working out, you're taking care of yourself physically. There's abundance when it comes to your physical body. There's movement actually too. The Aries also represents the body. So maybe in your day-to-day routine, you're changing your routine far as work. There's negative thoughts leaving when it comes to your body and movement. There's movement when it comes to being stuck, when it comes to feeling like you're self-improved, like you're in a prison of some sort. It looks like there's some positive movement moving forward, and there's clarity coming that way. Clarity about your physical body. Dare to dream. Of course, that means what do you want in this lifetime? There's movement and progression there. Again, clarity, or you're getting messages about your dreams, your hopes and dreams, and moving forward. It has the ego. The ego is able to see clearly, and it has the ruby. The ruby is seeing things that matters to your heart. So things that are very important in you. It's almost like you're wearing your heart in your sleeve, and you're very brave and you're courageous and you're moving forward to this. So very positive when it comes to the physical body this month. Very positive when it comes to movement and leaving this negative thoughts and being brave and having clarity. Now we have compassion. People are going to be very compassionate and loving towards you. There's a lot of great love happening for you, and you're on stage when it comes to your compassion as well. Let's see what else we have here. We have amethyst, trust your intuition. Amethyst is also dealing with love. So we have that coming your way, lighten up. So when it comes to the abundance, and it's so pretty, it almost like is a rainbow. There's a lot of options here when it comes to your physical body and when it comes to your hopes and dreams. Things are going to lighten up. It looks like the load is going to be lifted. Jade, this is also finances, right? Also be the bigger person. So with anything that's happening in a month of April, you have to be the bigger person. You have to know that I'm sacrificing some things in order for things to be better. Maybe you have to be the bigger person when it comes to compassion and love. Also lighten up when it comes to your body. Don't push yourself too hard. That could happen physically. And the dream is going to happen. You have to use your intuition to make sure everything happens that's flowing again. Major communication happening for you in the month of April. So check your emails, even download your dreams, but communications across the board. This is also the energy of manifesting and putting in action of what you manifest. Make sure you write down all your hopes and dreams. Dare to dream here. That is also happening with that Mercury energy. Communication, emails, text messages. Watch what you say. Be slow to speak. Aries like to move fast. It's kind of impatient. It jumps to conclusions. But also, with that said, be bold in your speech. So be bold in the things you have to communicate. This is also like whistleblower kind of energy. They're not afraid to speak up and say, go off for their gut. So whatever it is, as far as communication, you need to be brave and strong. And then lastly, we got to go with the flow. That makes me think of water energy. What is your emotions? You may be moody, but it's fine. In a month of April, go with the flow. If your intuition is telling you to go left or not to go, you need to go with that energy. If people are saying, what? Change your plans. Go with the flow. Let the plans change. You don't need to have control. You need to surrender to a lot of things this month. And we are going to top it with the last card. We have the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is saying to stay strong, persevere, do not give up. You're bandaged. There's things that are going to happen this month that could cause some hurt. However, you need to persevere. 9 also represents the end of the journey. So the journey is ending in April for you, and there's some new beginnings coming up around the horizon. So there's clarity happening for you in the month of April. There's some new beginnings. There's bravery. There's new startings. Abundance when it comes to your physical body and tangible resources. Also your day-to-day habits. That's going to be more important than anything. Great luck when it comes to compassion and being very thoughtful with your heart. Be the bigger person. Be very compassionate when it comes to relationships with you. Be adaptable. Go with the flow. And then also, too, lighten up. Things that may be, whatever is intense, you need to release these negative thoughts here because that's going to happen. Release this feeling like you are the victim because there's movement. There's progression happening for you in the month of April. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I will see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.